Well, hello. I've been commented about basically a religion, and it's something really I can't always explain because I'm not a religious person. Um, I know it might be a bad thing to some people, but basically I don't go to church, and I don't believe in God. No, I don't. But it's not something I I don't mind if other people like it. It's not something I talk about with them if they do like it. It's just about that sometimes I might actually meet somebody who's basically very religious, and I'll say to them, I don't believe in God, or basically I don't go to church. And sometimes they sort of look at me and think, well, it's not right because they think I should go to church, and they try and sort of think that I should have something for myself to basically be a bit more religious, and I should be able to think about that. Like when I was on about Christmas, and I was saying about, I like hearing some Christmas songs, and I buy a few presents for my friends, and I get one or two back, and basically, and things like that. And really, people are sort of like, people who are very religious think that it's not about that. It's a lot more. They don't see me as if I have the true meaning of Christmas and things like that. But it's a bit like, I suppose in a way, religion is good and bad. As I said, I don't know too much about it, so I can't really comment if I don't know all my ins and outs of it. But I'm Protestant. That's my religion, and so on. Um, but the thing I hate the most is when people basically from church and so on will always knock on your door. It's almost as if when you go around town and they're there and they're giving out leaflets and flyers, and they always try to. It's like they bribe you sometimes. It's like they expect you to actually answer the door when they come to the house. They expect you to be able to talk to them in the street when you're out there. And I just don't bother with that. I never have the time sometimes because I'm always doing something, and it's never something that I'm gonna be instantly thinking, right, I've got to answer the door just because somebody is out there. And religion is not only, local, but you've got all of it all around the world. Um, Particularly not saying that it has to be just in a religious way, but it's like I live in England, right? And I find it hard because sometimes we can't do things because we might offend somebody from another country. Um, it's a bit like, as I should really say this, but Muslims, and I really do absolutely hate this. I hate it quite badly, in a very, very, very big way. But I hate the whole, veils. When Muslims and people wear veils, I think they should be banned. I reckon I reckon they should go to France and ban them completely to be worn, because I absolutely hate them. And it's because basically I feel that when I'm, like in schools and things, when I meet somebody and they're wearing a veil and I'm trying to speak to them, if I can't hear what they're saying, it's just a case of saying, do you mind taking your veil off, because I can actually see what and hear what you're saying very well and clearly. I mean, I'm not the greatest speaker in the world, but I guarantee you somebody will understand me far more with, basically, me speaking like this, as opposed to if I was going to wear a veil. I mean, what would happen if say, I came along, just say I've got a veil, simply, it would be something like that, and my face would be covered like that. And I'm trying to speak, and somebody just might say, I don't know, a word he's absolutely saying. Oh, God. That's me back anyway. So, yeah, I just think that things like that, they should really be banned. I mean, you might disagree, a lot of people might disagree and come comment and disagree, but I think it really is a case of that they should be, because, as I said, how are we supposed to hear you if pardon me, oh God, pardon me, sorry about that. How are you supposed to hear them if they're basically wearing a covered face. And it's the same as going through security when you're at the airport, because they won't actually take them off. I mean, you see? And you think terrorists could be around. You might think not, but they can be. You never know. Anybody could be, you know, and that's the point. And it should always be like that. They should be able to say that if you're going through the airport, you should be able to take your veil off for like a couple of minutes just so we can check and this and that. But, you know, they won't, because they say it's part of their religion that they have to have their face covered. And I really think it's stupid. It really is. And I dread to think what it would be like if we were to ban it in England specifically, because it would cause an outrage. And it's a bit like saying about our army, we fight in the army and do a good job and come home and want to basically parade our troops, and we can't do that because, you know, there's that whole foreign thing with many of the foreign people not allowing us to. But yeah, religion's not something I'm not very big into. As I said before, I don't go to church. It's not something, but if I was to study it a bit more, I would be able to basically give my thing on. I just don't think I'm the sort of person to really be giving a massive in-depth thing about religion. I tend to try and think of subjects that I'm a little bit more within my own, you know, so that's just basically how I am. But, you know, but I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to leave it from here on. I'm not going to go much more out of that. And first of all, I'm going to finish off basically by saying that hopefully I'd like to basically say that I'm hopefully they're going to do a blog and get it uploaded hopefully tomorrow, or I think, and hopefully it'll be my last blog of the year, which will be a little bit to do with the old 2011. I look back on the year, a couple of bits and pieces, just at least three or four bits that have gone on during the old year. We can have a look back at the good and bad things of this year. So anyway, bye for now.